I cannot let you.
So we're going to be starting out here by turning off the light, locking the door, spending 2 bioenergy on a zombie, which isn't really good, but it worked out in our favor. We get air cannon. I'm going to position my camera to just the right spot. 2 survivors are coming in. Switch back to the camera. They don't expect I'm gunning Annette. Surprisingly, I managed to air cannon PEPNKEK into a zombie, but sadly, January was able to shoot me with an MQ-11, being able to destroy my camera very, very quickly, and I did not have time to react.
I'll handle this myself.
So here I go into my rifle. I managed to get a few shots off of Tyrone. I noticed that someone is shooting me with a shotgun. It is Valerie. So I switch out of that camera and go to the next camera. Valerie's starting to shoot me with the other camera. So I go back to the other camera, start recovering it, place down a VX zombie, go into it. Hopefully I can get something out of it. But I don't really. I get shot by a shotgun and stunned. So here I make a pretty big mistake. I go into my leech rifle, try to get a few shots, but Valerie only needs 3 shots to destroy this camera, and I did not have the reaction timing to switch into another camera. I lock the door, the licker grabs him, and I manage to get a few shots off. Valerie is already putting down her ultimate, which is very quick in the beginning of the game. I put down a VX zombie, and I shut that door, and surprisingly, Tyrone isn't up yet. The reason why is because that licker is body blocking him into that door. Valerie is pretty far away from Tyrone, so she's not going to be able to come save him with the ultimate. Now here's a good example on how fast January can just erase my cameras. Did you guys see that? That was crazy. So I go into the VX zombie. I turn around because Tyrone is in that room alone. I try to get a few swipes off, but PEPNKEK comes in behind me and finishes the job. And then January destroyed my camera because she's very fast.
I need to buy. Now it will be easier to end this.
I try to buy an air cannon and I try to get Tyrone. I know it looked like it hit him, but it actually didn't. He was hit by something else. So they're going to go into Area 2 with 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Very good start for Area 1. Very bad for me. But we'll see what happens in Area 2. I do have Ambush, so we will see how Ambush helps me.
You may be slightly nearer to freedom, but I will not. Cannot.
There is a little bit of a bug here to where I tried to place down my VX zombie. The map was still loading in, so it took time to place it down. And I wait by the door. This is kind of a funny moment for me. I managed to hit Tyrone and he manages to kick me. A zombie manages to grab him. And Sam tries to knock him off. But I go into an air cannon and I hit them. I know what January is capable of. So I back out of that camera immediately. So I actually watched PEPNKEK's stream, and here he thought that I was going to drop Birkin on his head, but that wasn't my intention. My intention was to lock the door because it was already at level 2, and it brought it up to level 3, and he thought that I was going to put Birkin down, but I actually wasn't. I was locking the door to level 3, so it did take him a long time to open the door, so it wasted a little bit of time. I got Birkin here. Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to shoot Tyrone. I get 1 shot in. I managed to back out of the camera in time. Put Birkin down. There's 2 lickers out there fucking Tyrone up. Managed to get 1 hit with Birkin. Do not know who I hit. I hit PEPNKEK. Hit Valerie. Valerie put down her ultimate. Very good play because I cannot down anybody in this state. Literally the only reason I am in Birkin right now is to stall time and to place down zombie dogs. They killed one of my lickers. Tyrone is tracked. Hit Tyrone. Hit Tyrone again. PEPNKEK throws a flash grenade, which is very good. Tyrone kicks me. Stun locks me. Try to get a little bit of damage. Now PEPNKEK is stuck in the wall here, and he actually mentioned this during the stream, and he knew that I knew that he was fucked at this point, because all I have to do is spam. He's down. Yeah, all I had to do was spam attacks there. Now, I kind of made a mistake here, because I went after Tyrone, not knowing that he had equipment to finish those terminals hella quick. I shouldn't have went after him. I should have stayed on Sam. I should have tried to make sure that PEPNKEK was dead. Because pretty much they got 45 seconds out of that for the revive on PEPNKEK and the terminal. Valerie's going to start shooting my camera. I'm going to put myself in the camera and then back out of it really quickly. It worked. They destroyed the camera. Did not get 10 seconds out of it, but they did get 30 seconds because of the terminal. That VAG zombie was really good because it came and bat-bit PEPNKEK. In his stream, he did not see it. He did not see it coming after him. So it was a nice little jump scare for him. I spend 4 bio energy on a air cannon, which is not good. January is just doing her job. She basically makes it to where no cameras will work. I make a pretty bad play thinking I can get something off of it. They didn't kill this zombie, but I try to go into it. PEPNKEK stuns me. Tyrone kicks me to the ground. They didn't kill me. They go into the next area with 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Is this looking good for me? Hell no.
I am surprised you have come this far.
Now with my concentrated enhancer, I try to go up to my preset and buff my lickers and my tough zombie. Buff them, but you will notice that a core does not happen in that room the whole game. So my preset was quite a mistake for Area 3. So they did not have to deal with the preset. I miss all 3 shots with my leech, which is not good. And this is a pretty bad play here. I don't even know if I want to show you guys this, but I am going to show you because it's part of the game. I miss almost all my shots, which is not good. I got Birkin. That's useless, so I put it in and I back out of it. This play is actually pretty good right here. I go into my VAG zombie. I go in. Do a little swipe because I think he's behind the door, but he's not. He stuns me. He's beating me up. He thinks he's got me. My dog grabs a hold of him. Gets 2 swipes in, 3 swipes in. Grabs him. It's 15 seconds gone. So that was a total of 18 seconds gone. That is a VAG zombie well spent. Go into Birkin. Try to get PEPNKEK off my core. Sadly, it's not going to work because this is PEPNKEK we're talking about. He destroys cores like a mad lad. Managed to get 2 hits here. PEPNKEK is down. Valerie has just got to pop her ultimate, and he is back up. Managed to get her here. I actually didn't think this would get her. Try to... Okay, so what I was trying to do there was I was trying to lower the bridge, stopping Tyrone, and I was trying to grab Valerie at the same time. If that would have worked, it basically would have meant that Valerie would have been dead. And Tyrone picked up Sam with a spray. Valerie's going to be picked back up, but it's going to deny the survivors of the 15-second rescue timer, which if you don't know, if a survivor gets picked up, they get 15 seconds back. If a survivor gets picked up while being healed by Valerie's spray, they will lose 15 seconds. Now, I get rid of her. She's dead. That's 30 seconds gone, but they're about to get my core. So it's basically pointless because they got 15 seconds. I mean, they got... either side got anything. Survivors mostly got stuff because they got rid of the core. Now this, it was unexpected. Tyrone predicted exactly where my core would be, which sucked. And I'm spending so much bio energy on all my stuff that's normally really cheap. because I am trying to stop Tyrone. This is the only part in the game where concentrated ants actually did anything. Now, Sam and Tyrone got teleported away. They destroyed my camera. Valerie did. I go back into the camera. I'm trying to regenerate the camera. Place a lot of stuff down. Go into a VX zombie. Sam is already back. It is only a matter of time before they destroy this core. Tyrone is getting ready for the end game. He's trying to go to the exit. Tried to stop him with the bridge, but sadly I was too slow. And now I'm getting ready for the end game. Maybe I should have set up by the exit. But no, I tried to go into a VX zombie and I tried to go after Tyrone. He throws a grenade, so I immediately back out of the zombie because I know that it is pointless to even try. Shoot him with the air cannon. Back out of that camera? Yeah, I couldn't remember if I backed out of that camera in time or not. She did not destroy my camera. I have no way of lowering the bridge in time because both my cameras are shot out. Lowers the camera. I mean, lowers the, lowers the bridge. Valerie's right there. Managed to get, I believe, one shot in? Yeah, one shot in. January's doing their job. Go into Birkin. Probably should have set up the room with zombies first, but I went into Birkin anyways. Now, Sam does something that I realized until after the game was the best play. All you gotta do is stand still and just chuck grenades because the grenades will explode faster than Birkin can attack. So literally all you have to do is just stand there and throw grenades, and they have tons. They have tons of grenades. They throw a Molotov at Birkin, he gets stunned, they just fucking run out. And that is GG. January tried to throw a Molotov at me, I back out of that camera before she gets it, and they leave. Hello everyone, my name is Austin, otherwise known as the Twisted Doctor, according to this channel. So today I went against PEPNKEK and his team. Very good team. I did not win today, unfortunately, but it's not really about winning this game. I figured I'd just share it on YouTube because it was a very, very fun game, very competitive game. And there was a few moments where I thought I was going to win. Very few, and a lot of moments where I knew I was going to lose. I actually thought I was going to lose pretty badly from the very beginning because of the particular build that I was running, but it did work out quite well. So today I'm going to be talking about the build. This should be after the game. Like, I should have put this clip after the game because I want the game to be shown first. Because I think it's kind of boring sitting there for the first 20 minutes hearing me talk about the build and my strategy of using the build. So today I'm going to put the clip of this after the game footage. So today it is all about targeting Dom. Dominic is your biggest problem. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna just stop. Dominic's not a problem. Pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy. He's very good January. So, yeah. Let's talk about Annette, and that is exactly what this is. First, we're going to be using Beastmaster. It worked out pretty well in the game, I felt like. Very thick dogs to deal with. Very fast-moving targets. Plus, mixed with defense, the dogs are just that much more tankier. So, pretty good. I don't think Fury or Bloodthrust could really help more in this game. So I think Beastmaster was the way to go. Now we're going to be talking about defense. If you don't know what defense does, it basically makes it to where for every single buff on a creature, it's going to make the creature take less damage. And I believe it's 7.5% per buff, I think. I heard somebody mention that like a long time ago and haven't really said otherwise, which I think is pretty fair. I believe that's, what, 30%? That's 30%? If you have all buffs? Yeah, that's 30%. If you have all buffs on a creature, that's 30% less damage taken, which I think is pretty fair. And then we're going to be using enhancement. It's going to greatly increase the creature health, which you'll see in the game that my creatures are actually pretty tanky. I believe that PEPNKEK really does the most damage, and you can watch on his live stream. He did face me on his live stream. So, sorry, excuse me. He did face me on his live stream, and you can see how many hits he put into the creatures, and it was pretty hard to take them down. So, this worked out pretty well. Then we have Ambush. I don't really think anything else could really help me against PEPNKEK's team. I think a cheap, really tanky creature that I can just throw down and cycle through my deck is really the best thing. And this is where I am thinking, what should I be doing with my Area 3 for Annette, because Annette is very limited whenever it comes to her Area 3. She has a lot of things going for her in her Area 2, except for this piece of shit, but Triple Dogs, Tough Zombie, Berserker Aura, they work with a lot of builds, except for this piece of shit. But Ambush is good for this build in particular because I feel like it's a good cycler. But Area 3, it's kind of hard to know what to do. Double detonators, if you didn't know what I used to use back in the day, I did used to use double detonators. I didn't really use this. But I used it in this build as a cycler card, and it makes my creatures that much more tankier if I manage to hit my creatures. And it only worked one time in Area 3, and I believe it was like, what, the last core? I can't really remember, but I had a bunch of creatures right on top of the core, and I shot them, made them all really tanky. I don't really know if they managed to get a hit off or infect anybody, but they got rid of that core as soon as I buffed all those creatures, and then they ran the fuck out of there, which is what you're really supposed to do with Annette. Your best counter to Annette is pretty much speedrun. Destroy those cores, get the fuck out of there. But this didn't really do anything for me, and I tried to use it with my preset where I have 2 liquors and a tough zombie in one room in the top right core. I buffed those creatures. I didn't get that core the entire game. Somebody on PEPNKEK's stream said something about it, and I was like, oh man, damn, it didn't work. So that was kind of my plan. I'm kind of thinking about I should do something with my preset for that particular map. But yeah, I actually talked to PEPNKEK after the game and asked him what I should do, and he said use liquor regen or double toughies. I actually have been using liquor regen quite a bit, and it actually hasn't really been that big of a problem. You know what I mean? Like I've been using it to my advantage. It really hurts the survivors. I've had moments where there's 2 liquors at the same time, and it makes creatures around them a little bit more tankier with that regen. It makes it to where you have to really target that particular creature, otherwise that creature is going to gain back health, especially a liquor, because whenever you keep attacking a normal creature like a zombie, eventually the zombie will fall down and play dead, and it'll take forever for that zombie to get back up. Liquors don't do that. They are constantly after you, kind of like zombie dogs. Zombie dogs and liquors are always after you. They do not play dead, which is a great thing. But yeah, this makes our creatures a little bit more tankier, and it's a fucking liquor for the cost of 4. It works from time to time. I have noticed with this particular card that my deck has been locked up a little bit, but it is a very strong creature to have once you have it. Like, it's not going to go down easy. So now we're going to be talking about the equipment. I am using Resilient Skin 3, Researcher's Brain, and Resilient Skin 2, and Modified Gear. Remember, this is a gun build. This is the only equipment that I'm putting into guns because I feel like it is the only equipment I really need with the guns. Because really, these guns are meant to go into them, get a few shots off, back out of it as quick as can, and place more creatures down. That's really the only purpose of the few guns that I have in this deck. Resilient Skin mixed with these two is going to make my creatures very, very powerful, very hard to take down. You'll find that PEPNKEK and his team really specialize against creatures. They're pretty much good against anything, really. You can watch Ranger Danger go against them. They might lose from time to time. They might win all the time. They're very good, really, against anything. So, especially Annette. But this game was it was a good one. It was a good one. It didn't really end pretty badly. Like, I didn't have 10 minutes left. I think it was like 3 minutes. I think it was like 3 minutes whenever they escaped. I can't really remember. This was hours ago, guys. But I think it was like 3 minutes at the very end. There was a moment to where I believe I got them down to 2 minutes. And I thought maybe I could win this. But no, it didn't work out. But here's the deck. This is my favorite card to use in the game, and you'll find that the VAG zombie in this particular build is a very, very hard zombie to take down. I don't really take control of it that much. The few times that I did take control of the VAG zombie, I kind of messed up a little bit, and a few times I actually got some really good work done with it. So yeah, VAG Zombie was very, very good and is a very good card in this build in particular. And then I use Zombie, Zombie Dog, and Crawling Zombie. These cards are really just cycle cards, kind of hard cards to take down. You might find seeing that they work from time to time. But yeah, and now that you're going to notice something, this is basically my one-man army Nikolai build on Annette because of the 3 mods that you see up here. You guys should know by now that I like using 3 mods in my deck. The reason why I like using 3 mods is because it makes it to where you have to make less decisions when playing the game. Like, if you see what's next in your hand, you'll immediately know what you want to do. There's not going to be a single card in your deck that's not used a whole lot. All my cards are going to be used a ton, basically. And all 3 of these mods are all going to be doing their job. This is going to decrease all these 2 cards to 1, and my recently, okay, I'm going to be honest. Recently, I've been using Liquor Regen a whole lot, so I would decrease it to 4. But for the game that I won against PEPNKEK, I used Concentrated Enhancer, which you're going to see, excuse me again, which you're going to see isn't really going to do that much in the game. I really wish I would have been using this or this. This works too. Kind of. It's not really as good as Liquor Regen, I don't think. But Concentrated Enhancer didn't really work that well. But then we have Power Limiter mod, which is basically going to make it to where I'm going to have Birkin much faster. I actually used Birkin quite well in this game, except for the very end. But against the team, mostly because PEPNKEK was there. He was throwing grenades like a mad lad. Molotov to me at least once. And I was so embarrassed. But I realized why I really couldn't do anything in that situation, because Birkin's attacks are very slow. They are very slow, and really all you have to do is throw a grenade at Birkin to stop him, because otherwise Birkin's pretty much going to be stunned there in all situations if you have a good amount of grenades or flashbangs, because a grenade and a flashbang is way faster than Birkin's attacks. I managed to hit January once at the steps, but at the same time, as I knocked her to the ground, I got stunned. So she was able to get back up. She ran forward. I tried to go for another attack. I believe it was PEPNKEK. I threw another grenade, and I was stunned, and they were out, pretty much. There's really nothing that Birkin can do whenever you have grenades or flashbangs, unless you're very good and you're able to hide behind a wall in time. Birkin is slightly faster than the survivors themselves, depending on the survivor's equipment. But yeah, unless you're a really good Birkin, which I consider myself to be a somewhat good Birkin, there's really nothing that you can do whenever the team has just a bunch of grenades, because they can just stun lock you, and there'll be nothing you can do. And if this does happen to you, don't think, oh, I'm just really bad at Annette. No, you're not bad at Annette. It's just you can't win. It's just, especially with Birkin. Sometimes you can't win with Birkin, That's all there is to it. So don't be down on yourself. Keep playing Annette. Keep getting better at the game. And then we have efficiency mod firearms, which if you would have told me like day one that this would be good on Annette, I would call you a damn liar. But it works. It works. It decreases these two cards. And for the build that I went against PEPNKEK, it actually decreases the cost of concentrated enhancer. Not a lot of people know that you can decrease the cost of that card with efficiency mod firearms, but concentrated enhancer actually does count as a firearm. You can see that on the screen right there. Below concentrated enhancer, it says firearms, so it is in that class of firearms cards. It's not a lethal card. It's pretty much just a card that you can make your creatures stronger with. It's not a lethal card. It's not really going to do anything to them. It's not going to give you time, or it's not going to give them time. It's not going to do any of that. It's pretty much an effect card, but in firearm form. You're giving your creatures buffs. But this card does decrease the cost of that card by 1. So it's going to make this card cost 1 and basically make it a really good cycle card. But yeah, it didn't really help out a lot that game. I bet you can find games that this will help you out a whole lot, especially against newer Survivor players. But against really good teams, I think Liquor Regen Aura does the trick. Which you'll see in Area 1 and 2, my Liquors in my preset actually helped out a lot. And if they had to go against my Liquors in Area 3, it probably would have been a little bit bad for them, because that gen was in a corner to where you... And not a gen. This isn't Dead by Daylight. That core was in a corner to where you have to open the door, and there's only one way in and one way out. So yeah, but yeah, I think Liquor Regen Aura is better, especially against PEPNKEK's team. But Concentrated Enhancer is what I used. So we'll talk about the firearms real fast, and then I can end the video. Rifle. Not something that anybody would expect Annette to run, but it is gun Annette, and these are the only 3 firearms that I think that can be used on gun Annette. This firearm basically about 250 something damage every shot, and that's 3 seconds off. 3 times 6 is going to be 6, 12, 18. So if you manage to hit all 6 shots, which is very hard to do, that's 18 seconds gone. So yeah, it's an okay card. Don't expect it to get you a whole lot of downs, especially against a good team. But teams that don't know what they're really doing, it should be able to get you quite a few downs and quite a lot of time subtracted from them. And then we have air cannon. This is I'm trying to spit out my words here. I'm trying to make this fast and simple for y'all. But air cannon, you basically shoot it. It's a burst of air that's basically going to knock all the survivors around it back. If you manage to hit all 4 survivors together, that's minus 12 seconds. But if you manage to hit 1 person, that's 3 seconds. So think of it this way. You get 1 person, that's 3 seconds. 2 people, that's 6 seconds. 3 people, that's 9 seconds. 4 people, that's 12 seconds, which is pretty good. It only costs 1 with this deck, so it's a cycle card, plus it's just free time that you can get off if January isn't on your heels and doesn't shoot you with a shotgun, which there was no shotguns, I believe, in this game. I can't really remember at the moment, but it was a good game. And then Energy Leech, which is the most important gun in this deck, to increase the amount of bioenergy you have. You'll find that you'll see that I have almost 10 bioenergy the whole game. I'll have a whole lot of bioenergy because of this particular card, which is a very good firearm. It's not really going to get you any downs. If you do get a down with this, I will be surprised. But it is a lethal firearm. 3 seconds off per shot. It has a maximum of 3, so if you can get all 3 shots, that's 9 seconds off the clock that the survivors can't get back if they manage to shoot out your cam. So yeah, that's the build. I hope you enjoyed the game earlier. And by the way, you may notice at the beginning of the video, at the title, I said me versus PEPNKEK part 1. The reason why I put part 1 is because I actually go against PEPNKEK quite often because the game is, I hate to say it, but it is slowly dying, and I do go against a lot of streamers quite often, so I think it would be fun to upload videos where I go against streamers mostly, or just upload videos where I go against really good teams. There's not really any builds that I have planned right now. Well, I've never really shown you guys this build, so you guys can try this build out, see if it works. I would not use Concentrated Enhancer for this build. Use Liquor Regen. Try it out, or just try it with Concentrated Enhancer. You might like it. But yeah, that's the build. I hope you guys have a nice day.